She gave him a sandwich when the world gave him nothing. Years later, he gave her something no one ever expected. Please make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you believe in the power of kindness. It might just change a life. The rain had just begun to fall when little Samir shuffled into class, his worn-out shoes squeaking with every step. His uniform was a size too small, the hems frayed, and his eyes, they told a story of quiet hunger. He sat at the back, not speaking much, never raising his hand. While the other students chattered about breakfast or weekend treats, Samir stayed silent, pretending to scribble in his notebook. But one pair of eyes saw through his quiet mask: Miss Farah. Miss Farah was the kind of teacher you never forgot. She taught English and always added life lessons in between grammar and literature. She noticed the way Samir's eyes followed the lunchboxes with longing. She saw how he drank water to fill the void in his stomach. And one day, when the other kids ran out for recess, she approached him with a gentle voice. "Samir, would you help me with something in the staff room?" she asked. He looked up, confused, but nodded. Inside the staff room, she handed him a warm sandwich and a juice box, no questions asked. "I brought too much lunch today," she said with a wink. "Would you help me finish it?" He hesitated. But hunger was stronger than pride. He nodded silently and took small bites, fighting back tears. From that day on, Miss Farah made it a habit. She always, accidentally, brought extra lunch. Samir always helped her finish it. She never made it charity. She made it kindness, with dignity. What Miss Farah never knew was that Samir's father had died 2 years ago, and his mother worked night shifts as a cleaner. They barely managed to keep the lights on. Often, he went to bed with nothing but water in his stomach. Her small acts of kindness weren't just meals, they were hope. Over the years, Samir grew. He was quiet, but fiercely determined. Inspired by Miss Farah, he buried himself in books. He studied hard, stayed late, and even helped clean up the classroom when no one was watching. She praised his essays, encouraged his ideas, and always told him, "You have something special in you, Samir. Don't let the world dull your light." When he graduated high school, he won a scholarship, partly because Miss Farah had written a heartfelt recommendation letter. He never forgot her. 15 years later. It was a crisp winter morning. Farah sat at her kitchen table, her hands wrapped around a cup of lukewarm tea. Teaching had changed. Budgets were tight, and she had been forced to retire early after the school merged with another institution. Her pension barely covered the basics. Her health was faltering. There were days when she skipped meals just to stretch her medication longer. But despite it all, she never regretted a single day she spent teaching. She had given her best. And in her heart, she believed some of her students would go far. She just didn't know how far. One day, a letter arrived. A formal invitation to a private school launching in the city, a new initiative offering free education to underprivileged children. They were looking for experienced educators to consult on curriculum design. Curious and hopeful, Farah decided to attend the orientation. The building was elegant, buzzing with energy and purpose. Posters of smiling students lined the hallways, and the motto on the wall read, "Where every child matters." As she waited in the lounge, a young man in a tailored suit entered the room. He had a confident yet humble aura. He looked at her, paused, and then smiled, his eyes shimmering. "Miss Farah," he said softly. She turned, puzzled. "Yes? It's me. Samir." Her breath caught. The quiet boy with the hungry eyes? The one who used to help her finish her extra lunch? He walked over and gently hugged her. "You fed me when I had nothing. You saw me when no one else did. This school, it's because of you." Tears welled up in her eyes. She couldn't believe what she was hearing. "I never forgot what you did," he continued. "I went on to study education policy, started a non-profit, and now I'm opening schools across the country for kids like I was. But I need someone to guide our teachers, someone who knows what real compassion looks like." She was speechless. "I want you to be our lead mentor. And I'd be honored to work for you." She laughed through her tears. "You mean work with me?" He smiled. "No, Miss Farah. I work for you. You were my first teacher in more than just books. You taught me humanity." Months later, Miss Farah found herself energized again, mentoring, designing new learning plans, guiding young teachers. Her days were filled with purpose, and her nights were peaceful. She was no longer skipping meals. Samir made sure she had everything she needed, and more. Every time she walked through the school corridors, children ran up to hug her, and young teachers paused to learn from her wisdom. It was as if she had found her second life, one that she never thought possible. And one afternoon, as she sat watching a student choir sing songs about hope, Samir sat beside her. "Do you ever regret helping me?" he asked. She looked at him and shook her head. "Not for a single second." He held her hand gently. "I once read that one act of kindness can echo for a lifetime. You proved it. Never underestimate the power of small kindness. A sandwich. A smile. A moment of empathy. What you give may seem small today, but to someone, it could mean everything." If this story touched your heart, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Let's keep spreading kindness, one story at a time.